Okay, so in this tutorial, I'm going to show you guys how to draw a Angry Bird character. Okay, now I'm really using this tutorial to show you how to draw cartoon characters. A really good method that I use, but I'm just using, of course, the Angry Bird as an example. Now, these are some of the major tools I'll use that I generally use, and I think it's a very good method. Um, Line tool, oval tool, rectangle tool, pen tool, subselect tool, and the object drawing tool. Now, Flash. What I like about Flash is that it's pretty simple. You don't have to, I mean, compared to something like Photoshop or Illustrator, I mean, they're pretty sophisticated, and a lot of times, like you're just doing simple stuff. You don't really need all that, sophistication. It's like overkill. So this is pretty useful for doing simple stuff like this. Let's see. Now, oh, another quick thing I'll point out is that a good little trick you can use to get like high resolution images in Flash is by changing the scale of the stage. Now, I see by default the stage is like 500 by 400 pixels. Now, that's the general size of the resolution for your animations. So what I generally do is I generally scale it up. I think it maxes out at like 2800 pixels. You can scale up your stage to around 1,000 by 1,000, and then draw your character on the whole stage. And then from there, you can, whenever you're ready to animate it, you can scale it down, and the resolution will be very crisp. All right, so that's a quick way to get just as fine a quality and resolution as you would in Photoshop or Illustrator. All right. Now, I just changed the stage, so let's get to it. So we're trying to make this guy. So we could start with the rectangular tool or oval tool. I don't think it really matters because I pretty much want to show you how to use these tools to get the same effects. So let's say, actually I should start with the oval tool. See, I'm trying to get an idea of how this guy looks. Actually, I'm going to change the layer. So let's lock this layer and create a new layer, paste in place. All right. Actually, how about we put this guy here and alpha, dim him a little bit. Here you go. Scale him up some. All right. Now we're ready to work. So actually, I'm going to make this a little bit thicker to match. There we go. All right. So now we're working with this guy. So we can pull that corner here, pull this here. And I just got a random image from Google. Didn't okay. So pretty much got the shape roughly. All right. So now what do we do about these corners? Simple. This is where the pen tool comes in. Actually, so I can see what's going on behind it. All right, so this is where the pen tool comes in. We can manipulate this in several ways. So say we hit the subselect tool, A, click on this, holding down Option, I click on the point and drag away, and there the handles appear. Okay. So basically, this pretty much allows me to round the corners. Okay. Say with here, holding on Option. And if you want, you can even add a few more points. For example, hit the plus sign. There you go. If you're really concerned with trying to get, that smoothness at the corners, now I can easily go here. I'm trying to get it too perfect because I just want you guys to get the idea. So this is pretty much how you can, round up something. And then if, of course I would go in and make this a little bit more smooth, but you can also double click on it and hit the smooth function here, and it smoothens it out for you. All right, there you go. So now, how about the tapering effect? Now you can easily create a tapering effect by selecting everything, modify shape, and then convert lines to fills. See, for example, I'll show you the difference. Now, this is a stroke. If I should move the cursor next to it and do this, see, that's what happens. Okay? It's a stroke. It's not a fill. Now, you can make this a fill by selecting everything, modify, shape, convert lines to fill. Now, see the difference? It's a fill, right? So basically, I can do that. See, that's how you can create that tapering effect. See that? How it tapers. All right? So I'm sure you guys can take it from there. So let's move on to something else. Now let's make, okay, so this is the filling. Actually, let's make something else. I'm going to use a line tool. Let's make a line. I'm going to change the color so you can see what I'm doing here. And now I'm going to use the eyedropper tool, pick up this color and paste. I'm going to pick up the red and paste. Actually, it literally picked up the dull down color, not the actual red that I want. I'll show you how this works. See that? And now we have the shape. So I'll actually make that outline so we can see what's going on. So let's make the inside, like the eyes and stuff, on another layer. All right, so we can paste them on this. So for the let's make the beak. Okay, so with the beak we can easily use the rectangular tool, like making sure this rectangle has no fill. I think it's a little thick, so let's change this, say around 10. Still too much. Let's change it to around 8. All right, so let's start matching. Now, like that. Actually, let's make a line. Get a good idea of how that looks. Actually, I'm going to make it over here so I can look at it while I'm doing it. Okay. So see, it's it's pretty simple. You're just using the basic tools here. You're not using anything too elaborate. What I did was just round up the edge or the corner, make it a round corner instead of a sharp one. See that? Make this bulge out. Now all that's left after this is just simply making a line. There. You can use the snap tool, make sure it snaps. Snap. Snap. I can move this. Like so. And I think that's about it. Now we can just convert this easily to a fill. Convert. I go to modify, shape, convert lines to fills, and now we can just pretty much play with the tapering effect. See, right? Now we can take a color, fill it in. Take a color, fill it in. Can even make this a group so we can keep working on the same layer. Group. So there it is. All right. So far that's what we have. Actually, this is. We can change this color later on. That's no problem. So let's make the eyes. All right. So oval tool. Actually, oval tool. I'm holding down shift. Actually, I'm going to delete the fill. Seems like there's a line in between. You can copy that, paste in place, slide it over. Drop a line in the middle. It's pretty easy. Delete that, delete that. Drop a line from here to here. See, I'm just using basic tools here. I'm not, I'm not even barely using the pen tool, actually. You can fill this with black and then delete the stroke. There you go. You can make both objects, grouping them. See, command group just made this a group, so now I can, pretty much move things like that. Actually, I'll make the eyes themselves. Fill this with white. I'm just doing this quickly. I'm not really trying to make anything extra perfect. We can convert this to fill, so we can create that tapering effect. Let's see, shape, convert to fill. Now the strokes are filled, so we can easily just see that. Creates that tapering effect. You can just, I'm just doing it just to show you that you can do that. So let's bring the eye in. Make this a group. Now we have the eyes over here, right? So now let's make the eyebrows. Rectangular tool, pretty easy. Turn the fill off. Here we got our rectangle. I'm just going to make one eyebrow and then copy it. All right. There we go. Fill that with black. Actually, I could delete the strokes. There you go. Copy that. Paste in place. Modify, transform. I'm going to flip it horizontally. Bring it over. There you go. All right. Now I can make this a group. Now we have the eye right here. Let's rotate that a little bit. Bring this up some. Bring this over. And there you go. You can make this whole thing a group. So you can move that across here. What's this guy? See these little spots here? These little marks? Let's make those. Oval tool. Delete the fill. So it's actually, it goes around the eyes actually. So let's make this guy, scale him down. This is another thing. That's another pretty cool tool I'm going to show you right here. I'm using the transform tool to scale this down. Okay. Now, whenever you want to manipulate the shape even more exact than using the transform tool, you can use the envelope tool, which is right here. You click on it. See, now you're able to manipulate the shape in a much more. See that? You can really modify the shape how you want. See that? Pretty useful tool. I don't see people use it that often, but it's pretty useful. Now let's go back in. It's too much. All right. Now we can fill it. Let's use darker red. Screw it down. All right. Now we can delete the fill, this stroke I mean, and then we can just copy that, paste in place, scale it down for the little spots around it. So, 200. Now, as far as the eyes are concerned, we can deal with that in a couple ways. So let's go into this group. Now let's move this one to the side. Okay. Trying not to select it. There. Okay. So let's click on this. Let's make a, let's use the oval tool to do this. I'm going to make the fill 0, and then we're going to draw the shape like so. All right. So here we go. Shape like that. Let's move this out of the way. Delete that. Delete that. Delete that. Going to eyedropper tool. There you go. And then delete the stroke. There you go. We can do the same thing on the other side. Oval tool. No fill. Like so. And then eyedropper tool. Drop it in. Let's delete the stroke. There we go. I can move this back here. So tilted. Move this guy back here. And actually we can even erase here. See that? Just like that. You can go in and move this. And now we're out of the group. I can bring this back here. Let's turn this on. See, we didn't do this two little things up here, but you can, you get the idea. Outside of that group. Okay, I'll make that a group. And let's make this red a little deeper. Actually, I'll drag this out so I can get a better look at it. Okay. So I believe this is actually red. It's a deeper red. So you can go here, something like so. Yeah, that'll work. This is something more like this. Either way, it doesn't matter. We're just trying to show you guys how to do this thing. Let's leave it like that. See it? And then this is actually deeper. We can do this, fill this, fill this. And make this a little orangey. Trying to make this guy be like this. All right. So you get that's the basic idea of how you go about using these tools. And you see, you can make, pretty much anything you want. You can get that tapering effect. You can get the thick lines. You can do whatever you want. And that's how you, pretty much work with it. And notice that I have, I organize things in groups. So that way you can, as you edit them, you can move them around. You can shift things. So without making any permanent commitments, you can still keep things in a modifiable state. Actually, this is above. So I'll actually make, you move, this is actually a good thing. You can manipulate the arrangement of the drawing objects by using command up or down. So that's what I just did. Just made this go up, so now you can see that. There you go. All right, so, hope that was useful. It's pretty much how you do it.